when Muhammad he became a prophet suddenly, the angel Jibreel never said to him Assalamu alaikum. Right away he starts saying to him read, which is very weird. Muhammad he said, and this is Sahih Hadith, as you see, Sahih here and Sahih here, wherever you go it is Sahih. Indeed in Mecca there is a rock that used to give me salam during the night of my advent, and I know it even now. And not to forget to mention that Muhammad he mentioned that the black stone is going to witness, and this is literally because he said it's going to have eyes and tongue and is going to witness for the one who hold it or kiss it. So the Muhammadan, when they try to fix the garbage of Muhammad using duct tape, they got him more into trouble and more embarrassment. If we go back to the hadith, which is speaking about the sun going, you will see that even Muhammad he is explaining a verse in the Quran. So when one day the sun he asked for permission to go in its course, and it will not be permitted. It will be ordered to return whence it has come, so it will rise from the west. So according to this, and this is why I wanted to speak about this description of the throne of Allah. According to this, the throne of Allah is in the west. Do you see it? Guys, do you understand how I get this? The conclusion? Where is the throne of Allah? It is located in the west. It's not in the east. How we knew that? The sun goes every day at the sunset and at the throne of Allah. Correct? Now, the throne of Allah here is not, we do not know the location based on the first lines of the hadith. But when Muhammad he continued making poo-poo, there is more details to come, where he said here, when the sun asks for permission to go in its course as usual, it will not be permitted, but it will be ordered to return whence it has came. But the sun came to the throne from the west. Why? Because the east is where the sun rises, and the west is where the sun is set, right? So the sun now is trying to rise again from the east as usual, but Allah will not permit it. Allah will tell her to go backward steps. Okay, somebody is a Muslim, he's saying, I cannot comprehend. Okay, why you don't let us see? Let us call you. Shall we call you? Maybe you can comprehend. Maybe you are a smart person. We are not, my friend. What you can do? Hey, let me call you. I cannot comprehend, man. This is the opinion of our friend here, Muhammad, and in Skype, texting me. He is saying, we cannot comprehend. Yeah, he will not answer. Call decline. Call decline. Do you see the call declined? You cannot comprehend. And the funny is saying, he is saying to us, this is what explained by people from the 7th century. Well, your prophet is the one who is explaining it, not the people. And your Quran was from the 7th century, so what we can do with it? Oh, he cut the line by mistake. Let us call him then. I'm just muting the ring so it will not bother you until he answers. Hello? Okay, my friend, you said we cannot comprehend. Explain to us, what do you mean?
You're giving a lot of examples of what people spoke about 1400 years back.
Right.
You need to put yourself in their shoes too.
No problem. And
So when they are explaining stuff to people from 1400 years back,
okay.
they will understand simple terms which uh, which is easy for them to understand. Like for example, if
Hmm.
you take go 100 years back and say, I can speak to somebody and watch him on YouTube and look at his face also at the same time,
Hmm.
they will laugh at you, right?
Hmm. Okay, I will give you an example. In the Bible, it says that the earth is hanged on nothing and it is a globe. Well, people, they can laugh at the one who said that at that time. Who care? Are you going to tell me, are you telling me that your prophet was giving us false information just because people at that time, they are dummy?
Oh, see, I'm trying to justify what you're saying with the examples you're quoting. You're going to some other reference now.
No, I'm not going to any reference. If Allah prophet, he speak, you see, when the guy, he asked, when Muhammad, he asked the guy, he said to him, do you know what the sun said? Muhammad did not say, I do not know. He did not say only Allah knows. The guy, he said to him, Allah and his prophet knows best. And the one is voluntarily talking is Muhammad. He's the one who is mentioning the topic. It's not even the guy. So he said to him, Allah and his apostle knows best. So Muhammad here, he claimed that his knowledge is coming from Allah. Now let me ask you, my friend, if Allah is God, you are a Muslim, right? Hello? Hello? He stopped talking for some reason. I don't know why. Hello?
Hello,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I hear you now. Okay. So listen carefully. So when the guy said to your prophet, Allah and his apostle know best or better, Muhammad right away he says, it goes, i.e., travel until prostrate itself under the throne of Allah. So what the point of this? Why you are saying false information? The guy did not even ask you. The man did not even ask. Why you are giving false information? According to you, the reason is at that time people are naive. Are you saying to me that Muhammad was naive too? And this is what, like, naive explained to a naive? I'm waiting for your answer. Are you there? Do you want me to hang up on you? You have nothing to say? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. What happened? Okay, my friend, I don't want to waste my time. Do you see how even they come with the conclusion? All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, again, I'm trying to understand and see, like you are explaining a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I don't have any offense against you explaining anything, but I'm just trying to tell you that you need to comprehend that what he's explaining from a time which is 1400 years back, okay, and you're trying to explain the same things now with today's understanding, which is not fair. You see,
No,
you need to explain
the
to
problem is,
people
no,
who
no,
are
no.
from that century.
No, you see, the problem is you don't understand that we are talking about somebody who he claimed that he got his knowledge from God. So time doesn't count for him. If I receive my knowledge from God, then what difference is going to make if I'm speaking 10,000 years ago or 10 billion years ago? If God is the one who's told me, and God exists before time, so my knowledge have nothing to do with that time and this time. This is the knowledge of God.
That doesn't make a difference. That doesn't make a difference.
No, it makes a huge difference. No, if God, let me ask you, is your God, okay, are you saying your God, are you saying now that your God, he gave wrong explanation?
You said something. Let me explain let me tell you how foolish what you're saying is.
Okay, go
You're
ahead.
saying that because God said something, it has to be correct like that. Okay. Now go back to the same example again, which you're saying like God. You're saying God said that, right? Okay, for example, if God had to tell Muhammad at that time that, you know, you will one day you'll have a mobile in front of you, you can see the other person face to face and talk to him. How do you think Muhammad will explain that to the people?
What does have to do with the mobile now? We are talking about the
And
sun. It is something they can see. The mobile is not something anyone knows. So what does have to do with this? Who is the foolish here? We are talking about the sun. Everybody at that time knew the sun, don't they? Don't they? They see it every day. So it is not something new. It's not something mysterious. It is the sun, and the sun is disappearing during the sunset. So Muhammad is trying to explain what happened when the sun goes. Where is the sun going? Why we don't see it at night? So when you say to me, well, what if Allah told Muhammad about the mobile? That is very silly, because first of all, why you want to tell him about the mobile anyway? Secondly, and why Muhammad volunteered to talk about it? He is the one who volunteered to talk about the sun going, and he is the one now, he is giving details. So it's not like a guy, you know, somebody asked him, he did not know what to say, he gave his own opinion. As you see that you Muhammadan, you believe that Muhammad, he speak only by inspiration from Allah. Is that correct?
Yeah, you finished?
Is that what you agree? Do you agree that Muhammad speak only by inspiration from Allah?
You asked me 100 questions, and you want to make the answer only to the last point.
This is the only question I asked. I did not ask when
No.
I said, don't
you
you
went
believe?
on about the
Don't you
mobile, you
believe?
went
No,
on
I
about
was
this,
first.
you
I
went
was
about
explaining.
that,
I was
and now you come to bring me to one topic, which is something else.
I was
totally.
explaining my answer for you. I did not give you a question. I said to you that
No,
Muhammad
but your explanation is not like a conversation. Your explanation is you're telling a story, and then after you come to some other, you arrive at some other
It's not
point.
me who made the explanation. It's your prophet.
It's immaterial. It's immaterial.
What
Whatever
immaterial?
was explained,
Okay, you know what?
whatever he can
I
explain,
want you
he
to
can
help me.
explain only in
Okay,
a way
I want you
which
to
the
help
people
me.
of that time can understand.
My friend, I want you to help me. When Muhammad, he quote the verse from the Quran, and he tell all this story before he explained the Quran. Chapter 36, verse number 38. I want you, by being the smart person, and obviously one smart like you, explain to me how Muhammad connected the movement of the sun during the sunset, and he is quoting a verse from the Quran saying, and the sun runs into a degree. What do you think?
1 second, I'm just trying to adjust the volume here so that I don't hear myself twice.
Just to mute YouTube. Keep yourself in
Skype. Is YouTube muted now?
My friend, not my YouTube, your YouTube, because so you will not have two
my
voice.
YouTube.
Yeah, mute
yeah,
your
my YouTube. Is it muted now?
I don't hear you.
Is it muted now?
I hear only your voice. Good. For me, your voice is fine. Yeah. So now, let me repeat my question. When Muhammad, he says that this is the explanation, the statement of Allah, interpretation of Allah's statement, and the sun runs its fixed course for a term and decree. How we can connect the word of Allah, which is a Quran, that the sun runs every day in the decree, and this is why Muhammad explained the sunset, how you can make that both match without coming to a very huge, stupid scientific error. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, the people of that time, they understood it. You don't understand it now. I don't understand it now. But the people of that time, they understood it. That's why the religion has spread so much now. The people of that time understood it.
How they understood it?
However they understood it. That's not my problem. That's not your problem. You're trying to pinpoint something else. But at that time, the people did understand it.
How your prophet understood it?
However he understood it, however he explained it to the people, it doesn't really matter. But people understood it. People followed him.
So why you are calling me, if it doesn't matter for you, doesn't matter for me, doesn't matter for them, doesn't matter for everybody? Are you from the doesn't matter party in India?
Yes, because you're giving wrong explanation here. That's why.
I'm not explaining. Here we go. It's in front of you. It's your prophet. He says the sun goes. Okay, I want you to help me, my friend. My explanation is wrong. I want you to help me. The sun, he said, the sun goes every day and prostrate under the throne of Allah, and then one day will ask for permission, and Allah will not give it permission, and He will order to go from the west, go back from the west. Explain that to me. Go ahead.
Okay, very simple. You think God can't do that? So this is what happened.
So okay, thank you. So you agree that?
No, answer me first. Answer me. Do you think God can't do that?
Which God? Your God? He cannot do anything.
Whichever God. There's only one God. You think God can't do that?
Here we go. Your God do not even know where the sun goes.
Answer me. Can God do that
My
or
friend,
not?
no, he cannot do that. Your God cannot do that. Prove it to
Why?
me.
Then he cannot be
Secondly,
God.
you see,
Then he cannot be God.
if your God,
Then he cannot
in
be
order to
God.
be able to do
Then he
that,
cannot be God then.
listen.
Right?
In order to do
This is
that,
your own argument, CP. I'm using it against you. Your own
listen.
argument. You say that if
Your
God
God,
cannot do something,
to
he's not
prove to
God.
me,
But then again, you
okay, but
contradict
this is
your own
story,
self
but this
and
is,
you say that God can do only certain things and God cannot do
no,
certain
I did
things.
not
You're
say that.
contradicting
No,
yourself here.
I did not say that. I said your God.
There is only one God, CP, in this
My friend,
world. There's only one God.
this is your own
If you don't
statement.
believe that,
Yeah, I believe there's only
this
one
is
God. I
your
believe this is true. I
problem.
believe this is true.
It's
This is true. I agree with you. There's only one God, but this is not Allah. And the proof in front of your eyes. Because when you say to me that Allah, He can do that, He can do that. He can send the sun back from the west, but the sun doesn't go anywhere.
That is your view of it. Like, for example, if you're a
What my
painter and you're
view?
a painting,
What my
listen to
view?
me, listen to me. Yeah, I'll give you an example. Let me explain. If you're a giraffe, okay, and you're painting a picture, imagine the giraffe, his head is on top, and he's painting a picture of a lion. What will that lion look to him like? He's looking at it from top.
So in this case, who is the giraffe? Your prophet is the giraffe, or your God is the giraffe, and Muhammad is the lion? I don't know.
See how your thinking goes. When I say,
no,
say
I'm not,
apple,
because what does have to do with this,
rock.
my friend? Did Muhammad give like a point of a view which is not real, taking it from Allah, or he gave a point of a view which is real?
He gave a point of view which was real for the people of the for the 7th century.
So are you saying,
as simple as that.
okay, so you are saying the Quran is not match for today, it's a stupid book for today?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this was for the people of the 7th century.
No problem.
For the people now,
okay. So
the people now look at it differently. Like how you're looking at it differently and finding so much of faults with it.
Okay.
Your point of view, you're not putting it to the 7th century point of view.
Okay, let me go with you. Why Muhammad did not say something very smart, and as long he is a prophet and the believers, they believe in him anyway, whatever he say. As an example, your prophet, he says, when you convert to Allah, Allah will give you endless penis. I mean, which one is crazy? Endless penis or the sun? Just tell them the sun doesn't go anywhere. So you believe in the endless.
Where did he mention
that?
You
believe.
Listen, where did he mention like that?
Listen.
Endless penis. Where did he mention that?
If I show it to you, what you will do?
Show it to me. Let's see.
Okay, here we go.
I haven't seen that. I haven't heard of that before.
Okay, let us see.
You will show to me from where? Some other person talking something again, which is going to be again that person trying to explain something in the terms of which people can understand from that time.
So at that time, you tell people that you will have endless penis to explain what?
Where? Show me that first. You're talking about something which you're not showing
before I show you, because your game is that this goes for that time. So I'm asking you, when your prophet, he mentioned that you will have an endless penis.
No. That was not what I said. See, you changed. Okay. You didn't get what I said.
Tell me again. Tell me again, because maybe I got you wrong. Maybe I got you wrong. Go ahead.
Yes. It was explained in such a way that the people of that time could understand, not for that time. You get it? It was explained in such a way for the people of that time to understand it.
It was a wrong explanation, you mean?
No, it was the right explanation. I gave you the example from the very beginning, CP. I told you a mobile phone example which I gave you. Okay, if you 100 years back you go and you talk about a mobile phone and see, the people will laugh at you, right or wrong.
But
so same way like that.
But
1400 years back,
we are talking about a real object which is known. It's not something. If Muhammad he say, people they will be wondering what is that, right? I mean, Muhammad, he is
exactly. Yeah, I'm just giving you an example. See, you don't have to take it literally.
No problem.
It's just an example.
No problem. So you Muslims, everything Muhammad he says is unseen anyway, and many of it is crazy. Like Sulaiman, he have a flying carpet, and he have a ring, and he have he died standing and almost for a year, and nobody noticed because he was holding a stick. How come those things is okay for you? And it's for that time. Is it for that time, or this is stupid story for that time?
I don't know the context of why and what those verses were released for.
What do you mean? What the context? Suddenly now you don't know the context?
Yeah, I don't know why those verses were released and how was the context. I wouldn't be able to understand that because I'm not from that time. I have to be a scholar to go and understand all those things. I'm just trying to explain to
Okay,
you
so
a very,
now,
very simple
we
thing.
have to be scholars to go and understand what it's mean, right?
That's your view of it again.
My friend, it is, but now we are reading from the scholars. You see? Okay, can you tell me one of the
Yeah,
scholars?
again,
Can you
you're reading,
can you tell me the scholar who did not agree with this?
okay, you're talking about scholars from which time? From current time or from that time?
But I thought the
Which scholars
scholars,
are you talking
I
about?
thought the scholars who will understand it is only the scholars from that time.
Yes, yes, but scholars from that time explain things for people of that time to understand it as per what they knew at that time. Do you understand
what
that?
the point of the scholars at that time explain what it's meant at that time if it is the same what it says at that time? So nothing changed. There's no explanation. I mean, why
No,
even,
you go to the modern scholars.
why even this one need explanation? I mean, how clear it is
You
where
go to
the
the
sun
modern
goes.
scholars in that case.
Why where the sun goes under the throne of Allah. Let me ask you: is the throne of Allah have a size?
That's an image which you have to understand. Look at that image.
Do the throne of Allah.
Look at that image.
Is the throne of Allah is something physical?
Yeah, I understand that. You've been repeating this from the beginning.
Let us go to your understanding
today. You've been repeating this from the beginning. I heard you. I heard you.
I will go with
you.
I
heard you from the beginning about this.
Okay.
That image of the throne and the sun going up and down and under or whatever, that is an image which the people from the 7th century could understand as per that explanation. But when you explain it in today's terms, we have gone much more advanced in the world. So our knowledge, our technology has gone much more advanced. So for us, it looks funny.
You are saying Allah at the 7th century, he gave us wrong information and purpose because at that time we were stupid.
Who was explaining it at that time? The scholars. We're talking about the scholars, remember. We're not talking about God. We're talking about the scholars.
No, Allah is the one who explained it, not the scholars. The scholars, they just tell the naive like you what it's meant. That's all.
Yeah. Even if it's God explaining it, then God is using the words which the people will understand from that time. 1400 years back.
No problem. I will go with you. So Allah, he used words so we can understand at that time, but the word he used, it became a cartoon. It's stupid. So what the benefit of this? Now
your view.
Anyone
That's
who
your
believe,
view.
No, this is not my view.
That's only your view. Nobody else's view.
Anyone who believe in this now, he think the sun really goes and prostrate at the throne of Allah and ask for permission. And one day, and remember, this is something will happen in the future, in the day of judgment. The sun will ask for permission to come back, and then Allah will not order it. Will not allow it to go back and rise from the east. He will order to go and rise from the west. How do you explain that?
You think God can't do that? You think God can't do that?
See, you are contradicting yourself. So now you are saying this is true.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's false. I'm not saying anything. I'm only trying to explain.
Do you think God cannot do that?
Yes, you think God cannot do that.
Yeah, but this is true. This will happen.
Yes or no?
Yeah, but this is.
You have to answer yes or no first before you say if it's true or not.
But this is mean.
You have to answer yes or no. Did you answer yes or
no? No. Your God cannot do that. I told you many times. Secondly, how you can do something? It's not right. God is not a fairy tale story. He will say, okay, and now I will order you to go back rise from the west. That is stupid because this is not true. This is not what's happening. This is not what reality is. So the story here presents for us that you have a God. He is a cartoonist. And he is a fool, and you are saying to me that we Muslim at that time in the 7th century, we were a bunch of fools. So Allah decided to fool us by giving us false explanation, have nothing to do with reality.
This is not what I'm saying. You are twisting the things again now.
Okay, tell me now, what the purpose of this story? What the purpose of Allah telling us wrong information? If he keep his mouth shut, it's better then.
No, it's the people of that time. They should understand what is the power of Allah.
They not understand.
They have to know what is the
nothing.
power.
They understand. But now they got a fiction. They did not get the understanding.
If they didn't understand, why are they the second biggest religion in the world? If they didn't understand, as per
Islam is the biggest religion in
the
the world.
or the Jainism or whichever the religion has to be.
Islam now is the biggest religion in the world.
Second biggest.
Second biggest. So that means you are wrong then again. I mean, even your logic is stupid because if it is how big it is, we are bigger. So you are now wrong based on your logic. Come on, don't use that. Who care about how many people they are? Even if they are one Muslim, if Islam is a true religion, it's a true religion. If there's a billion, who care? So I'm asking you now, when Allah he used such a logic, and this logic misled the people, because now he misled them, he did lie to them. The sun goes nowhere. What about Muhammad being smart and says, you know what, the sun goes nowhere? It is the earth is going around.
You're saying mislead. And then you're agreeing with me, it's the second biggest religion in the world. Make up your mind, CP.
No, I am not agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with your logic. It's a stupid logic, because you're trying to
prove
to me.
Right?
You are trying to prove to me that you are trying to prove to me that you are right because you are the second religion in the world. But this won't prove you right, because that prove you wrong actually. Because if the bigger one is the right one, if the bigger one is the right one, that means we are the right and they are wrong. In Islamic Christianity, they oppose each other. So if it's about who is the big, we are the biggest.
Bigger doesn't decide.
Who care? Come on, speak to me as an adult.
Bigger doesn't decide the truth.
Listen. Okay, so size.
Bigger doesn't decide the truth.
Okay, no problem. That's
doesn't decide the truth.
Okay, that's
the
good.
Truth is
that's
the truth.
Good. That's good. What is the truth here? Tell me the truth.
The truth, there's only one God. Simple.
This is not
and everybody, whoever it is, whether he's Muslim or Christian or Jainism or whatever,
okay,
he has to come back to that one God. Where will you go when you die, CP? Where will you go?
My friend.
Where will you go when you die?
How your
God?
Go back to God,
right?
Don't
go back to your creator.
Don't give me about literature. If I tell you about death now, you will die. Like in your prophet, he said that when you die, there is somebody will go, there's 99 dragons will go inside your anus. You want to show me? Show you?
Yeah, all this, I've heard all this.
Okay, so your prophet obviously,
that is all fine.
So your prophet,
but you're missing the main point. You're missing the main point.
Is scaring you? Is it scaring you?
You're going away from the main point.
What main point?
Come back to zero.
Allah.
Come back to zero. Your terms, come back to zero.
Let us go back to zero. I will go back to zero. What is the
I'm telling you
what
that
is the purpose?
the things explain,
what is the purpose of Muhammad lie here? He is lying, obviously. This is false.
The purpose of explaining things in words which the people from the 7th century would understand
the explanation
doesn't make sense to you now.
The explanation is false.
But it made sense to the people at the 7th century.
Doesn't matter. It makes sense to who. It's false. What about he gave the right explanation? A prophet of God, my friend, a prophet of God, a prophet of God. Do he care really? Do he care really? What people will say? You're a prophet.
Have a nice day, CP. Carry on. Have a nice day. You will not understand what I'm saying.
No problem. But you are smart and you're a prophet for sure. You're a prophet was accused to be.
I'll continue listening to your show. So I'm here.
No problem. You are welcome, my friend. You are welcome. No problem.
We'll talk again later.
No problem. No problem.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So the excuse now, yeah, we agree that Muhammad he is making poo-poo, but you know what? He don't mean to. He was just speaking to people at that time. People at that time, they are stupid, so he have to be stupid like them. You're a prophet. Many times in the Quran, more than 6 times, he was accused that he is a crazy man. Now, accusing him to be crazy doesn't make him crazy. Unless he is. You mentioned to me the cell phone, right? But already they are accusing him to be crazy. So which one is better, accusing me crazy and say the truth, or accusing me crazy anyway, and I say that a lie? If Muhammad, he said, the sun goes nowhere, etc., you Muslim today will say, absolutely. And this is what you do today. You say, there is a scientific discovery in the Quran. How come Allah was here stupid in different places? There is a scientific discovery. You see the hypocrisy? Was it that time, 7th century too? All those verses, they are saying to Muhammad, you are crazy. Actually, way more than 6 times. I forgot the number. So, the excuse of this guy was speaking to people in the 7th century. That means his God was 7th century too. And this is what we say, that Muhammadan, they try their best to duct tape their prophet. They are out of duct tape. If the excuse is, if Muhammad, he said to them how the sun really, what happened to the sun in reality, or like based on science, then people will go crazy. Well, isn't this more crazy? I mean, what's the point? Saying that the sun go under the throne. How come this one you believe it, but you will not believe that the sun is not going anywhere? It's the earth going around itself. That would be amazing to say. So what you are trying to say to me, that your God Allah, he decided to say lies and fictions and stupid stuff just because at that time they won't understand anyway. But endless penis is understood. Women, her ass is 1 mile is understood. You will receive women in heaven, they have a big boobs is understood. Nobody question. Your orgasm is 70 years is understood. 70 years orgasm. I mean, why? So I go to visit you today. I hear you, having orgasm. I come a year after, still having orgasm. You can't open the door. I come 10 years after, still you are having orgasm. 50 years after, so you are having orgasm. So this is acceptable, and this is the one he cannot say the truth because the people cannot comprehend. You can comprehend the 70 years orgasm. I mean, where you will get all this sperm from? Are you connected to a pipe or something? Ah, I forgot. In the heaven of Allah, there is no sperm. So what's the point of this orgasm? The Muhammadan, when they want, they are logical people, they are people of science. And even they speak about the Big Bang. And then we go in the Quran, we will find that the Big Bang there is a big joke. What kind of religion this religion is? Why a human being is so silly and so stupid? And now we have to duct tape this false prophet in order to keep people, in their faith. Suddenly now it's not real. Suddenly it was for that century. I mean, every one of them, he give you his own duct tape. And then they wonder how in the world people are leaving Islam. I mean, this is the most stupid cult religion ever. And actually here, the beginning of a creation. I mean, look, Muhammad, this is a pure science, the beginning of a creation. Look at this. All of this, according to our friend here, Muhammad was saying stupid things because at that time they were stupid. Actually, the more Muhammad he speak, the more he make poo-poo. I mean, just think about anything the guy he say. Just use your brain for a second. The problem with the Muhammadan, because they worship this man, and nobody dare actually not to worship him. They will kill you right away. As an example here, people of Yemen, they came to Muhammad, and Muhammad, he said to them, the first of all, there was nothing but Allah. And then he created his throne. Do you see it, people? The first of all, there was nothing but Allah. And then what? Then he created the throne. So what is the second thing, the first thing of creation? People, what is the first thing of creation based on this? Somebody help me? Just to be sure.